It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
It's Monday, the 24th day of July, 2023. I'm Bob Ricknwall. This is Scooter.
Whoop, whoop.
Scott Callies, welcome to the morning show.
Well, welcome.
Oh, Scooter.
Oh, you weren't talking to me. You were talking to them. I'm doing okay.
Do I ever have to talk to you?
Yes, every morning.
By golly.
Every morning. It's your pleasure.
It's my pleasure.
Yes, it's an honor. See, we're growing up. See how that works?
Oh, it's an honor, too.
Yes.
It's a pleasure and an honor.
Yes, and it's all honors all yours. I get it.
Honor is all mine.
Yes. You're welcome.
No doubt. How's your trip?
Good. Went over to Fayetteville and visited.
No, you didn't.
Or not Fayetteville. I keep saying Fayetteville. It's because I'm always going to Fayetteville. I went to Memphis.
Went to other directions.
Other direction. I went east.
Grammy, didn't you teach this boy east from west?
Yes, I went east and to Memphis and visited my daughter. She had her birthday on Friday, so we went up and did a surprise.
Next month at this time, you'll be going west.
Yes. I'll be headed to Fayetteville. Drop Austin off.
You're going to have to get a vehicle that gets better gas mileage.
I know, with all the miles we're putting on now. Whew.
Just wait.
It adds up.
Wait till that first grandbaby gets here.
Oh.
Either direction.
I think we got a little bit of time.
Either direction.
I hope we got a little bit of time.
You didn't catch that?
Yeah, I saw that. I heard that. Either direction.
Either direction.
That's why I thought I would say that again. I'm hoping we've got a little bit of time.
Yeah.
But no, it was a good trip. Everything went good and ate some good food. And
they're all settled in over there?
They are.
They
got a nice place. They got, and I know, last time we talked, it was a new facility and it was kind of in a sketchy type area behind them, but they've cleaned it up. They've got security out there all the time, and it's really nice. Now that other people are moving in, it's a lot nicer. Not that
all the construction debris is dissipating.
They're going to be under construction for quite some time.
Oh, is that right?
They're not the only facilities. They're building like 10 of these all at the same time. So it's going to be under construction for a while. But they laid some sod down and got some grass out now, so it's not like mud out front and stuff. So it's starting to look a little better.
It's not like they're living in a construction currently.
To a point.
Yeah.
To a point.
So do they finish part of the complex and go on to the next, or are they just building it all concurrently?
Well, it looks like they're not finishing one and going on to the next. So it is concurrent, but you can see the progression. Like this one's done, and the next one's got a little less done, and then a little less, and then you get down to the end one, and it's still being framed up. So
it's a progression.
It is a progression. Yeah.
They're happy to be over there.
Yes, they are. It's a nice. They're in the medical district, and that's a pretty nice area. But anytime, and I don't know what it is, you go to any city, and you find the hospital, and not too far from the hospital is going to be a rough neighborhood. It always seems to be like that around it. I don't know why.
It's where they can buy land cheap.
I guess.
And then they start to spin it around a little bit.
Yeah.
I
guess. I don't know.
With any hope.
Their area is nice because, like I said, they're in the medical district, but it isn't too far out of that. They start getting into a little rougher looking neighborhoods.
How about a morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas? With all our respect is not just their motto, it's the way they do business. Renata Jenkins Bryler and her staff do a wonderful job in your time of sorrow and grief and mourning. If you don't know where the nearest Roller Funeral Home is to you, give them a call here at Mountain Home at 870-425-2161. They'll be glad to help you figure out which one can serve you the best. And now the morning prayer. Lord, we just thank you for the beautiful weekend that you gave us, Lord, and the time to be with family and friends and just relax and get ready for the next upcoming week that is here. And they call it a Monday. I wonder why they call it Monday. But Lord, we just thank you for what you do for us in our daily lives. Lord, we just pray that you will continue to bless us as a country. Bless us and keep us as individuals, and lead, guide, and direct us and keep us safe. And it's in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Home, Highway 5 North, just past Hospital Drive. Look for the biggest American flag you've probably ever seen. Pull in there, talk to them about cemeteries, cemetery plots, funeral services, mausoleums, and such. Roller Funeral Home, with all our respect. Now it's time for a quick word from Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty. 870-405-0793 is their number. Retiredtoarkansas.net is their website. We'll be back in just a moment.
Oh, honey, we've had such a wonderful vacation here in the Ozarks. I really hate to go home.
I know. The lakes, the rivers, they've all been great for fishing. Oh, and the boating and the swimming.
And the people are so nice in the stores and restaurants.
Let's call an agent and see if we can make Mountain Home our new home.
Call the Z-Team, 870-405-0793. Century 21 Lee Mack Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East Mountain Home.
870-405-0793. Hello, Z-Team?
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time for the weather, the dam reports, and lake levels, brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora. The Z-Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty here in Mountain Home. 870-405-0793 is their phone number. Retiredtoarkansas.net is their website. Go there, click live views, and see what you can see today. Not too bad.
No, a little foggy.
It'll burn off quick, I bet.
It was foggy coming in.
Was it?
Yeah.
I didn't see a bit. All I saw this morning was I counted 16 fawns and 7 does this morning. From my house to 201.
I didn't see any deer because I don't think you'd have. Yeah, I had my wipers going literally.
Really?
Coming here.
Wow.
From the fog.
Didn't have a bit. What you're looking at is a great shot of the White River from the Marion County side back into the Baxter County side. The Rainbow Bridge is what you see off to your left. Behind it is the old trellis bridge for the railroad tracks. Way off in the distance, straight ahead, is the state of Missouri. Mountain Home would be off to your right. Bull Shoals would be off to your left. And on a normal day, you can see the city of Cotter with the baseball field, City Hall, Contractors Trust. Let's go to the other shot. It's not clear, but it's pretty cool.
It's a great looking shot. I like it.
We'll let those click around here, and we're going to go ahead and read some temperatures. Mountain Home is currently 70. Harrison is 69. Batesville is 71. Yellville, Yellville is 68. Let me get back up here. Batesville is 68. Yellville is 66. Marshall is 70. Salem is 66. Mountain View 70. Calcarock 70, along with West Plains, Missouri. Springfield, Missouri is 71. Poplar Bluff, Missouri is 71. St. Louis, Missouri is 74. And there we go. That's the temperatures. What you're looking at again is a great shot of the White River from the Marion County, Arkansas side back in the Baxter County, Arkansas side. Can we come back to that when we get done going through the lake levels?
We can if you want.
Let's do that and see how it goes. Take a look at the radar as we move everything out of the way. Got some rain headed into Missouri from Nebraska. Looks like it's going to hit Kansas City around 9 o'clock this morning, and it should be out of there by noon. Nothing in the state of Arkansas as of this moment, but Friday it wasn't supposed to rain either. We got a heck of a storm Friday. We're going to zoom back into Arkansas here. See how she looks. From Rogers over to Blytheville, from Fayetteville to Jonesboro, from Fort Smith over to Memphis, Conway, Little Rock, Hot Springs, Pine Bluff, Texarkana, and Greenville, Mississippi. Looking pretty clear most of the day. A little bit of rain's going to trickle in the northeast portion of Arkansas around 9 o'clock, but it doesn't look like it's going to amount to much, and it's going to be gone fairly quickly. Watches and warnings. Arkansas is clear today. Texas has still got some heat advisory patchy throughout the state. So is Oklahoma and Kansas as well. Iowa, Nebraska. Okay, sure what is this right here. Red flag warning, whatever red flag warning is. But air quality alert up in the northern portion of Wisconsin and Minnesota. I was talking to a friend of mine up in Canada. They said, oh yeah, the smoke's still bad up there. They actually had a helicopter crash due to the smoke.
Really?
The pilot, yeah.
Oh.
Pretty bad. Today on the 7-day forecast, today is sunny, then slight chance of thunderstorms, high of 95. Tonight is going to be a low of 70, mostly clear. Tuesday, high of 95, mostly sunny, partly cloudy. Tuesday night, low of 73. Wednesday, mostly sunny, high of 96. Wednesday night, partly cloudy with a low of 73. Thursday, mostly sunny, high of 96. Thursday night, mostly clear, low of 73. And Friday is going to be 97 degrees. Going to be just, all it says is hot, Scooter. Going to be hot.
It's going to be hot.
73 for a low on Friday. Saturday going to be high near 96. Mostly clear Saturday night, low of 73. And then hot and sunny on Sunday, high of 97. Pollen and such. Tree pollen low today, none tomorrow, none on Wednesday. Grass pollen is moderate today, moderate tomorrow, moderate on Wednesday. Ragweed, none today, none tomorrow, none on Wednesday. Lake levels and dam reports. Lake Norfolk 557.00, which is 5 feet above full pool of 552. Generation is unavailable at this time at Norfolk. Lake Bull Shoals 659.48, which is 0.48 above full pool of 659. They're currently running one generator at minimum flow. They're getting awful close to the full pool mark, so they're slowing things down a bit.
Yep.
That's the lake levels, dam reports, and all the weather brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team. Century 21 Lemac Realty. 870-405-0793 is their number. RetireToArkansas.net is their website. Go there, click on MLS listings and see what's available in our area. If you see something that tickles your fancy, you better give them a call at 870-405-0793 because things are still moving and closing pretty quick here in the Ozarks. If you want a piece of God's country, give them a call. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. We'll be back with community news and happenings on XL7, The Morning Show.
Hi, Brett, Fritz, and Paisley here at Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road. Mower Warehouse has the largest selection of Ferris zero-turn mowers in stock. 0% financing available. Mower Warehouse also services all brands of mowers. We offer free delivery. Come see us for all your mower needs. That's Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road, where your business is appreciated.
Going on now through June, up to $500 off select mowers at Mower Warehouse, with no money down and payments as low as $89 per month.
Have you?
Welcome back to The Morning Show on XL7-TV. Community news and happenings brought to you by Mower Warehouse of Mountain Home, Highway 178 East toward the bypass. About a quarter mile from the bypass on the right-hand side of the road. You'll know you're there when you see the mowers in the air. The new slogan for the new place, I was out there yesterday.
Yeah.
You'll know you're there when you see mowers everywhere because they've got them already scattered everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're getting them all out there. They're getting them stacked up. I know they still got a lot of remodeling they're doing in the building, but they're sure making a nice display out front of mowers.
They've already started stacking them up like cordwood. There they go. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, they'll have them end to end.
Mower Warehouse has parts for about any mower out there. They service anything out there. If you need your mower picked up, I'm sure they can do that for you. Come by and pick you up and bring your mower in, fix it, bring it back to you. They sell generators, weed eaters, hedge trimmers, all kinds of stuff there. Mower Warehouse, Highway 178 East, about a quarter mile off the bypass. Still have the rebates going on till the end of July. As of right now, it's going to stop at the end of July.
Yeah, and they're good rebates. Like I said, most of them were $500 off. I think there was one that was $1,000 off, and it was a bigger commercial mower. But most of them were $500 on the list, so it's a very, very good rebate. They got 0% financing. They got no money down financing. They can get you into a mower today.
You don't think $500 is much? Like I said the other day, walk along the road, pick up cans till you hit $500 worth, and you'll be doing a lot of walking.
Yes, you'll be doing a lot of carrying of cans.
Community news and happenings. The only thing I know about is Saturday the 29th of July from 7:30 to 11 at the American Legion Post 52 here in Mountain Home at 717 Market Street. They're going to have a pancake breakfast, all you can eat pancakes, biscuits and gravy, sausage, coffee, orange juice. $8 per person, $4 for children 5 to 12. Kids under 4 eat free. If you're a World War II or Korean War veteran, you'll eat free as well, along with the military, law enforcement, and EMTs if you're in uniform. So, you ever been to one of those?
I have not. I've heard a lot of people that have, though. They say it's really, really good.
Such as too early for you to get up on a Saturday?
Yes, that's my day that I'm not getting out of the house right away.
Kick Cancer in the Bass Tournament for Pite's Cancer Support House will be happening Saturday, November the 4th. The boat registration will start in September. I believe that is September the 18th is the registration. Yes, it is. They have enough space approved by the Corps of Engineers to fill 75 boats. It's $250 per two-man team, and tournament registration and details are available at www.baxterhealth.org/kick cancer in the bass. If you want some more information on this, give Ms. Hudson a call at 870-508-2273. You ever fished in a bass tournament?
I have not, believe it or not. I'm not very good on the lake, so.
You know, if you and I teamed up to fish in a bass tournament, we might as well just wad up $250 and just hand it to somebody.
Yeah, well, we can go out on the lake for a little bit. Just have a little fun.
I'm not into getting a sunburn. Even in November, you can get a sunburn on that lake.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It doesn't take much.
Let's see what else we got going on here. Doesn't look like a whole lot of things we want to talk about as positive news, for sure. Anything over there? No, not really. You got anything you would like to bring up, Scooter?
I don't really have anything.
Heart Healthy Dance Class for Women is today from 4:15 to 5:15 at the WEC Wellness Education Center on Highway 5 North at 2545 Highway 5 North. The Schliemann's Women's Center for Women Heart to Heart Dance Class. It's going to be today and Wednesday. Kickbox for women from 5:30 to 6:30 at the same at 606 Broadmoor Drive. That's today as well. Cardio and kickboxing today from 5:30 to 6:30. And let's see. Flippin School Board will have their regular board meeting today from 6 to 7 at the administrative building at 210 Alfred Street in Flippin. What else we got? Cowboy Church is doing what they call Monday Night Fire from 6:30 to 8 at the Cowboy Church up on County Road 15. And let's see here. That looks like about all I can tell you about that, Scooter. Newton County Senior Center yoga from 8:30 in the morning till 9:30 in the morning tomorrow at the Newton County Senior Center, 100 Clark Street in Jasper. That's brought to you by the Newton County Senior Area Agency on Aging, Newton County Senior Activity and Wellness Center. Get all that out in a hurry. That's about it.
A little bit of yoga goes a long way.
Just like yogurt. Yoga and yogurt. Any connection?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Big good question.
I just asked you. You didn't answer.
I didn't know.
You don't know. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. That's been Community News and Happenings, brought to you by Moore Warehouse at Mountain Home. Highway 178 East, out toward the bypass, about a quarter mile on the right-hand side from the bypass. You'll know you're there when you see the mowers in the air. Watching the morning show. We'll be back in just a bit.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
All you've ever wanted was a place to write your story. You hear it's not the right time to buy or sell a house, but really, the best time is when it's right for you. The real estate markets, they change, they go up, they go down. One thing that doesn't change is where you want to be in your life. The professionals you team up with will make your story happen. The Z Team are the professionals you need to hire for your next chapter. So call the Z Team at 870-405-0793, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East, retiredtoarkansas.net.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time for Monday morning sports update. Scooter's wondering how we're going to do this since there ain't much sports
There's
going on.
very little going on.
There is absolutely very little going on. I will tell you that the Mountain Home Youth Center is going to be doing a program called Rising Stars. It's to introduce soccer and flag football to kids 3 and 4 years of age. It's a 4-week program that introduces the basic fundamentals of soccer and flag football. Starts Mondays. It's going to be Mondays, August 21st and 28th for soccer, and Mondays, September the 11th and 18th for flag football. It's for ages, again, for 3 and 4 year olds. It's $20 per child. It's going to be, each session will be limited to 10 children. Time options will be from 12:30 to 1:30, 2 to 3, or from 5:30 to 6:30. Mountain Home Park and Recreation Department, they're excited about this new program that they've put together, and it should be a good time. Kids should be able to learn a little bit of something and have a good time, run around, get tired. I'd do the 5:30 to 6:30, take them home, feed them a little quick dinner, and nice little warm bath, and good night, baby.
Yeah, you're out.
You're out.
Rising Stars. I like that.
Rising Stars.
I like that.
The Mountain Home Hurricane Swim Team won their 3rd straight Southwind Conference title.
Good job.
Hurricane Swim Team were able to capture their 3rd straight title on Saturday. The Hurricane beat out Harrison, Jonesboro Pearl Gold, Pocahontas in the Southwind Conference Championship meet that was held at the Mountain Home City Pool. And Mountain Home ended up with high point awards going to Farrah Coleman with 10, Callie Kohler with 12, Annabelle Horn 12, Pico Trevor 15, and Caleb Horn 15. So congratulations to Mountain Home Hurricane Swim Team. We'll try to get a hold of Hope Normandy and see if she'll come on and visit with us about the swim team. School swim should be starting pretty soon as well, so
yeah,
be a good time. American Legion locker room team finished their season with a win in the final pool play game in the state tournament. They ended up beating Clinton 11-3. Locker room final record for the season was 18-12. What else we got here? Not a whole lot. You know, this time of the year, it's just a little bit tough talking about local sports.
That's going to change really quick.
Really quick. Because in about 3 weeks, there'll be Bomberfest on the 11th.
Yep.
The Mountain Home Gridiron Club steak dinner and auction will be on the 12th. And then that following Friday, we'll be making a trip over to Jonesboro for a benefit game. And then the following Friday after that, we'll be making a trip back to Jonesboro to Nettleton to play them in the first regular season game.
There you go. Like I said, it'll change quick. I know it's slow right now 'cause it's summertime and not a lot going on, but I know that there's sports that are getting ready. I mean, football right now, they've got their preseason going, and they're getting ready, and they're working hard, and golf, they're always golfing.
Hooten's Arkansas Football Magazine says Mountain Home won't make it to the playoffs this year.
That's what you said. I don't know that. I think Gary's going to try to change that. He's going to prove him wrong.
I believe so. You know, it's 3 years in a row that we've made it to the second round of the playoffs, and they're not giving us a chance to even make it to the playoffs this year. I'm not quite sure they gave us a chance the last 3 years to make it to the playoffs either, but we did anyway. So.
Yes. So there you go.
There's a will, there's a way.
There you go. I agree.
But there's a lot of football getting ready to get started. I had a conversation with Coach Justin Crane the other day, and he said that their team's been working hard. They moved their practices into the evening, so it's a little bit cooler. But they're working hard over at Marion County, over at Yellville Summit for that bunch. I know that Hardy's got a new offensive line, defensive line coach. He's a Mountain Home alumni. Seth Wilson is over there going to be coaching with those guys. So there's a lot of football going to happen in the area. One of the 8-man teams, Israel County Consolidated, over at Rockwell. They're pumped up, fired up, ready to go. Little 8-man football. If you have not seen 8-man football, it's well worth a watch. I went down and watched the game. It's so fast. It's just a fast game. A lot of passing. Just a wild game. So
that's cool.
If you are a business owner in town and are interested in doing some advertising with us on XL7-TV, because we'll do the sports, we'll do the football games for Mountain Home. We'll broadcast them on Facebook and YouTube, of course, but we'll be on all the cable networks.
Free antenna.
Yeah. We'll do all those games.
Broadcast it all right here on TV. So
we'll be right here. Give me a call at 870-404-2438, and we'll be glad to get you hooked up with a package if we have one available.
Yeah, football may be a little tight, but I think we may have a little bit on the basketball side.
I'm not sure about that.
And it may be tight on both. Who knows?
But we'll be glad to talk to you anyway and see what we can get hooked up for you and get you fixed up. We have a lot of viewers. We have a lot of fun doing it. It's a good time. So, you got anything?
No.
Except a cough?
I'm going to go to talk and all of a sudden I cough. But no, I'm doing good. I think, like I said, you got some sports gearing up, but there's just not much going on.
Not much happening right now.
Nope.
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with our guest, and we'll be back in just a moment. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. Be back in a minute.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville. If you're
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's Monday Morning Sports. My guests this morning are Coach Jason Morris and Brody Ninmeyer from American Legion Baseball. You guys wrapped up a pretty good season.
Yeah, I can talk first.
Go ahead, Coach.
I think McLeod ended up with a 21-7 record. We made some noise in the state tournament. We had a kind of a rough pool play, but we did advance to the bracket tournament, and we won our first game against Texarkana. I think we beat them 6-3. And in the semifinals, we had a really exciting game against Bryant. We were down 9-0 in the third inning and ended up kind of battling back, and we ended up beating Bryant in the semifinals. I think it was 12-11, and then we ended up kind of falling apart in the finals, in the state finals against Lake Hamilton. They ended up beating us, I think, 11-1, but it was 2-1 going into the sixth inning, and then we just kind of fell apart. But overall for McLeod, it was a really good summer. It was my best one that I've had since I've been coaching this Legion, so it was really exciting.
How long has the McLeod team been around?
Well, I mean, it's been different sponsors, I guess, throughout the years, but
it was the Hopper team for a while.
Yeah, it was Hopper, then it was Southern Tag and Label before that. But I think specifically McLeod, I think this is the 6th year, maybe 6th or 7th year. I think that McLeod's been around.
Has this team ever made it to the finals before?
Not since I've been coaching it. No, I think I've seen. I think Becky Robbins actually posted maybe on the Legion Facebook that there was one other, or it might have been Neil Denton from. I think he said that there might have been one other state runner-up for the younger team. So it's been a while. I think it was 98 the last time there was a runner-up. I think from Mountain Home. I think so.
Coach Morris, how about your Alley White team? How'd they fare for the season?
Well, overall, with everything we played, we wound up 13-15. It took us a little while to kind of put things together. But like I said, we played a little, not that his schedule wasn't tough. You know, they played in the locker room tournament, but for us to get games, we played as many, junior Legion teams in the state tournament that we did all year.
There you go.
So we kind of, just to get games for us, just because we kind of got started late, we had to play anybody with a baseball.
Anybody to be willing to play.
Anybody that wanted to play us. And so we took some lumps. But I was proud of my boys. They kind of hung in there, and like I said, they're going into our final game of pool play down the state tournament. We had a chance to move on, so that was all you could ask for them.
Mm-hmm. Did either of you put anybody on the locker room team to play in that portion of the state tournament?
I believe from my team, I think we had Finley Chafin. He got to play a little bit with the locker room, and Maddox Carney was going to move up with them and pitch a little bit. And who else was there? I think there was one more. I can't put my. I know those two for sure though. They got to move up and play a little bit with the locker room.
What about you, Coach? You put anybody from the Alley White team?
We had a couple that did, which there was a couple times when McLeod was in the state tournament. He had to pick up a couple of my kids, and I know the Maddox Chisholm was able to pitch for him, and I think Cody Foster, both from Norfolk, stepped up and pitched some, and I think Maddox Chisholm even got the win for him against Paragould, which was, good for me to see. My one of my kiddos kind of stepping up, and then I think the Bryce Aub from over at Yellville, I think he played for him some, and
now he got to play with locker room. Is that right?
Yes.
This time.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I just remember Nate Henderson was the other one. Yeah. I don't know why I couldn't think of Nate, but Nate got to play with locker room quite a bit too. Yeah.
So what's next for your teams? They're done for the year, and then you pick them up again, or go right back through all the tryout and everything else next year?
Yeah, I mean, once next summer gets going up, we'll just have a tryout day, and we kind of just use that to, I think, evaluate the numbers and see if we'll need 3 teams again or not, and yeah, split them up and go from there. But a lot of our guys will probably move up to the locker room next summer, I think, so from both of our teams. And so I think the locker room had a pretty old team this summer, or maybe they were pretty young. No, both of our teams I think were kind of actually older for the younger division. I know my team was had a bunch of like 17-year-olds, so I know they'll for sure, a lot of them will move up to the locker room next summer.
Coach Morris, what is the age group for the Alley White team? Are y'all, both of your teams, the same age group, or is yours younger and then they progress? How does that work?
Well, we are the same age group. You know, I did have I think I had 3 17-year-olds. And like I said, it's one of those things where just how it fell this year, you know, a lot of my kids wound up being on the younger side of his bunch. You know, he wound up with several 17s, and I wound up with, 3. You know, so, realistically, I could have pretty well my whole, you'd say, core back. So, but again, if they, some of them may have to move up or get a chance to move up to the locker room, and, and then at this age, and when the kiddos are, at this age, you never know what they're going to wake up and decide to do in the morning. So, we can plan on having all these kids and this and having this team together, and then them decide that they're going to go fishing next year, so, you can't plan too far ahead, but at the same time, I like our little group if they come back out. And
having 3 teams in the Legion program in Mountain Home, has it been difficult to plan and you said you had to just pick up whoever you could get? Mm-hmm. Is that because you didn't have that 3rd team until late in the
Correct.
planning?
We were probably the 2nd day of tryouts, I guess, when this kind of come about, and so at that point in time, we didn't have a schedule. I mean, there wasn't anything. So, like I said, I got on the phone, and Coach Lester got on the phone, and we just started trying to find anybody with a baseball, and, we did travel a little bit, a couple games just to get games. We had to just travel. We went to West Plains, to Heber Springs, and like I said, we just, I didn't care. It's like if we're going to do this, we got to play games.
Yeah.
And like I said, I know most of the time with us, we try to make it where it's a home at home, and we got to a point where just adding games we just got to do what we can.
How the parents react to that?
They were okay.
Pick up
they understood. That was something I let my parents know the first night. And kids that, hey, we're going to have to travel. And being from Mountain Home and kids playing at Mountain Home, we're used to that. A lot of these smaller schools are not quite used to the travel that the Mountain Home High School has. Mm-hmm. So for us, just getting to go to to Heber Springs, well, that's just 2 hours.
Right.
For us Mountain Home people, that's no problem.
That's a short trip.
So some of that was a little bit of an adjustment. But I mean, I never had anybody gripe or complain about it. I know when we went to Heber, we had 2 very long games, and it was about 11:15 when we left Heber Springs that night. But I thought I might hear something, but I mean, I didn't. They wanted to play, and they understood kind of where
just part of it
what we were doing, and at least it was on a Friday night, so at least we had Saturday to catch up there. So,
Brody, you've been around this American Legion stuff a long time. And I was just wondering, are you seeing a trend of the numbers going up, down, or staying the same?
Yeah, I mean, since I started, I mean, I don't remember what the official number was this year, but I know the turnout was amazing this year, and that's why we ended up having to have 3 teams. I mean, So, I mean, this year it definitely trended up, so hopefully it can kind of stay that way. I know there's kind of a period just overall in American Legion there people are kind of getting worried that it was kind of dying a little bit. And overall, I mean, throughout the state it really has maybe kind of declined just a little bit, but I think that's just kind of a testament to how well I think the program is ran here in Mountain Home, that our numbers are still going up. Just I mean, I know Lester, Coach White, does an amazing job, and there's a whole board behind him that helps run this program, and I think that's why our numbers just continue every year to be pretty good, really.
What will happen? Do you guys have some kind of a banquet to wrap the season up? Do y'all do that individually? Will you do it in conjunction with the locker room as the American Legion program? How does that work?
We typically do. I haven't heard any details about it for this summer yet, but all three teams usually have one together, and we'll kind of give out some T-shirts or like awards by team, and we'll have some food. Someone usually caters it, and Lester will say something, I'll say something, Jason will say something about our seasons, and we usually do, though, to kind of wrap up the summer, have one sometime.
How many of these student athletes that you guys been with all summer, how many of them will go on and play other sports starting when school starts?
I know my team, I know that was something we battled, just getting practices in. We had to practice a lot of evenings where I normally like to practice up of a morning, but just because of my kids playing basketball at their other schools. So I say with mine, it was probably, out of my 15 kids, probably 12 of them, 11 of them, play other sports, and so which I think's good. I think I gotta tell my kids all the time back in high school, your good athletes have to go be athletes.
Mm-hmm.
They got to go play, and you got to go compete. And I think that's part of sports that I think is kind of missing nowadays, is everybody wants to just play their sport instead of just let's go be an athlete and just go compete. Go find something, try to win.
Specialization.
Yep.
I know I had a bunch of footballers on my team. I know, kind of there at the beginning of the summer, I think some of them went to a team camp one day. I think I had 5 or 6, and 3 or 4 of them came back with a broken finger, a messed up hip, a bad foot. So I was like, dang. But I know I have, I don't know, maybe half my team I know for sure I think plays football, and I'm sure most of them play basketball as well. So I mean, I've always been for playing as many sports as you can. Just kind of like Jason said, just be an athlete, and I think that helps develop just everything for these young kids.
The smaller schools that don't play football, they start basketball pretty quick as soon as school starts. Is that right?
Yeah. Most of those guys, they'll start basketball. When Coach here starts football, they'll start basketball.
Yeah.
And and they'll even start playing games. I think it's towards the end of October-ish, something like that.
Yeah.
And I know we'll be wrapping up football season, and like I said, I officiate a little bit of high school basketball, and they'll be calling me, and it's like, hang on, I'm still in football mode here,
Because I got a boy that plays.
Yep.
How many sons do you have?
I have 2 sons and a daughter.
Okay.
So
all athletes?
Well, they like to play sports. They for the most part, they've been around it their whole life, and that's just kind of what we know. Do what?
Is Corbin your oldest?
Corbin is my oldest,
okay.
And he'll be a senior here at Mountain Home, and
your other son is how old?
He'll be a freshman, and then I've got a daughter that'll be in the 6th grade. So,
okay.
Yeah, we're Bomber Blue now.
Is she a volleyball player?
She's a volleyball, softball, and both the boys are football, baseball guys, and so that's been an interesting. Like I said, I grew up in Cave City, Arkansas, and if you grew up in Cave City, you played basketball. So to have boys that don't play basketball, that's been an adjustment for Dad, but we're getting better with it.
Brody, do you help with the football team in ICC?
I do, yes. I'm one of the assistant coaches, yep. So I usually kind of take the receivers and then work with them usually at practice.
You're not wearing your state champion ring.
Well, I know. It's pretty big, really. It's almost when we ordered them, the kids wanted to get as big as possible, so it's
Pretty guy.
Weighs your hand down, yeah.
It's time for a quick break. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. We'll be back in just a minute.
If you're looking for something wonderful and delicious, head on over to Paradise Cream for a homemade ice cream experience. With over 20 flavors like German chocolate cake and sea salt caramel, it's always homemade and delicious. Paradise Cream has something for everyone and also carries dairy-free and vegan ice cream options. So whether you like it in a cup or in one of their homemade waffle cones, you're in for a wonderful dessert experience. Located in Mountain Home next to Ramada Inn or at their Harrison address across from Pizza Hut and Castle Rental. Let Paradise Cream cater your next event because you're on your way to paradise.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z-Team.
Hi, Brett, Fritz, and Paisley here at Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Ridge Road. Mower Warehouse has the largest selection of Ferris zero-turn mowers in stock. 0% financing available. Mower Warehouse also services all brands of mowers. We offer free delivery. Come see us for all your mower needs. That's Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Ridge Road, where your business is appreciated.
Going on now through June, up to $500 off select mowers at Mower Warehouse, with no money down and payments as low as $89 per month.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. We're talking Monday morning sports with coaches Jason Morris and Brody Ninmeyer. They're with the American Legion, Mountain Home American Legion baseball program. Brody is the coach of the McLeod team, and Jason is the coach of the Alley White. They just wrapped up their seasons at the state tournament. Did y'all play at the same location, or?
No, we actually started at different locations. I started in Hot Springs, and I think you were at Conway.
We were at Conway, yeah. And that was cool for my kiddos. You know, several of them. I don't guess really any of them, besides maybe one that played on McLeod last year, had got to play on UCA's field. And so getting to go down and play on a college field, all turf, that was pretty cool for them. So they enjoyed that part, getting to be on a college field. And like I said, we got to meet one of the college coaches come out one of the days we were hitting in the cage, and he talked to some of the boys. So that was, just pretty cool, experience for them. So,
how much does the turf change the game?
A bunch. It's Brody can talk on it too, but to me, it's one of those everything bounces. That line drive that used to just kind of scoot and you had to stay down on. That everything's going to bounce. And unless it's hit just perfect to scoot. Nothing scoots on turf. Everything bounces, and it don't slow down. And that's the other big thing with grass infield. That ball's going to hit the grass and slow down, and it don't do that on turf. Not as much. It does slow down.
Yeah.
And just the spin and the bounces that it takes on turf. It may hit and, line drive may hit and kick and move 6-8 inches, or a line drive or a pop-up on the infield is going to hit and, it may hit in the middle of the infield, and if you'll just leave it alone, it'll roll foul, just because of the spin on it. And So it's changed a little bit.
So is the whole field turf, or is it just the outfield? How's that?
Most of them's just the infield, just the infield playing surface. What would be once you hit your dirt to your grass up to home plate. And that's the way it was at UCA, and I don't know how the one in Hot Springs was. I think it was all turf.
Majestic Park was actually all turf.
It was all turf.
Yeah. It definitely does kind of speed the pace of or not the pace, but just like
the ball.
Yeah, it's the ball, like Jason was saying. I mean, it doesn't really slow down us a whole lot, and I also noticed like a big thing is like when you're going to slide like at a base. I mean, some of those kids that have never played on turf, they'll almost slide past the base if they're not careful. And I think we had one instance where I think we were on defense actually, but a kid from the other team like slid past the base and almost took our kid out because he slid so hard and he was just moving so quick, and he slid a little bit too late like you would on just like a natural baseball field. But it's definitely a little bit different on turf for sure.
Lots of fun.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Let's keep you from having rainouts.
And I think that's the point. Yes, I mean, hey, with the turf here, I mean, hey, as long as it's not, give you probably 30 minutes after it rains and you can play, and so that's and there's no field maintenance, You don't have to sit on the old lawnmower and go around and around and drag the field, and you don't have you have to chalk your baselines and your batter's boxes. I mean, those things are you just walk out there and they're ready to go, and so that saves a lot of time.
I think we actually had some rain in Hot Springs while we were there, and I don't think they ever had any delays or anything. Probably, I mean, because just the turf. But I know we woke up one morning and it was like pouring down rain. I was like, holy cow! And we never had any delays though at all. So that was really nice to have the turf fields in that instance for that.
When these boys finish out going up through and get into the locker room and go on from there, is there a lot of college coaches that show up at the state tournament or at any of these games that y'all play? Do they watch these kids throughout the year?
I mean, I know I've like seen some personally, and I know when I played, like we'd play at these tournaments and the state tournament and everything. I mean, we've had coaches like come up to some of the players like after the games and we'll talk to them, and like kind of like Jason said at UCI, I think one of the coaches was walking around the batting cages. So yeah, I mean for sure. I mean even our home field, I mean, is ASU's field. So I mean, there's definitely, I think, eyes everywhere, whether you realize it or not. So I definitely think so.
And the purpose of these summer league is just that: get these kids seen and give them an opportunity to go on and play at the next level.
Yeah, and that's, I think especially at the, I would assume at the Senior Legion tournament, when you get down to the state tournament, especially getting to bracket play, there's going to be, there's enough colleges in Arkansas, small colleges, and that's the thing. I think everybody looks at college and goes, oh, it's got to be, Division I or, this. Hey, there's a lot of good college small baseball. And, those are the, I think probably more around than maybe some of your bigger college kids anyway, or coaches.
And with the transfer portal that they've got going on, the JUCOs are a pretty good stepping stone.
Correct.
To get into
there's nothing wrong with a JUCO, and get a little playing experience, get somewhere where you're going to get on the field, and the whole college portal is or transfer portal. That's changed all sports. Mm-hmm. It's not just that's one thing we found out with the last year or so is it's pushed everything back because they're waiting on the transfer portal before you sign the freshman. Mm-hmm. And then it's a trickle down from there. So it's changed recruiting and how I think colleges even look at things. So
yeah, baseball is not baseball as it used to be, but neither is any other sport.
Correct. That is right.
You can play from Babe Ruth Little League all the way up through high school and into American Legion, which is what you guys coach. And go into a JUCO, and it changes. The intensity changes at every level.
Correct.
And you might have an outstanding Legion player that had just come off a state championship high school, but even going from there to the Legion teams, that's a big jump, and there's a lot more competition, different competition level there.
And that was something with my kids. The first couple games it took us to get adjusted to was the level of play. Because most of my kids, I think maybe all but like 2 of them had played in the state tournament. Class 1A, Class 2A. And the first couple games, we did a lot of silly things because I felt like ready for the competition level that we were playing against. And that took us some adjustment, but by the end of the year, we'd kind of figured out, okay, these guys can throw and catch too, and I think it's the same way, like you mentioned there with the college level. You take these high school kids that are good at the high school level, put them on a college team. Well, everybody on that college team was good at the high school too,
or the best,
yeah. And so that's at the adjustment. I think that's what's good about Legion ball for these kids is it gets to put them in that atmosphere before they get to college. Where they're having to compete with that other kid that can play shortstop too. And they're having to pitch with that other kid that's the ace on his team. So I like that about the Legion, and I think it just makes you be competitive with each other, but still working. When we go back to high school, we can, we're going to compete against each other, but right now we're going to, put that behind us, and we're going to be teammates. And so that's the fun part.
Yeah, that's why I'm a huge advocate for summer baseball too. Especially for like smaller school kids, they get to really see some really good competition that they maybe have not seen before. I mean, you get to go play Bryant, Texarkana, teams like that. Get to travel a little bit and just see some really good baseball and just make some lifelong friendships too. Really, just everything about it's just a really good deal.
When you take some student athletes from the 1A, 2A, 3A schools that we have in our area and meld them with some Mountain Home kids that are 6A, 5 and 6A, how that crazy split is, but put them together and, like you say, go on and play the cream of the crop. I mean, a lot of those Texarkanas and the Lake Hamiltons and those teams are compiled of some like schools because they're grabbing from the outer areas as well. But like Brody said, you're playing up. How do you coach up to that? How do you get those kids ready to go to that next level and play the higher competition?
I mean, sometimes you just kind of have to start from the bottom and just kind of build the foundation, the first day of practice. Just got to make sure everybody's on the same page with just how you're going to do things, I think, and just make sure, the strategies, I guess, the same, because, different schools do different things, obviously, but just make sure we all know what to do, on this bunt and this situation. Really, that's just the main thing I try to focus on every summer. Just make sure we're all on the same page. You get these kids from different schools. Just make sure we all know what we're going to do in what situation, and really just kind of go from there. And hopefully, it all works out after that.
Coach Morris, being that you're a basketball guy, how long have you been messing with baseball?
I've been messing with baseball for about 25 years,
so
26 years. It's not new.
Okay.
I think I coached my first traveling team back about 96, 97. I was still in college and had a little group of boys that wanted to go play some baseball, so we took off, and that was my first experience with travel baseball then, as coaching it, and I've coached it in some sort ever since then. So, and it's kind of like you're talking about putting these, getting these kids up to speed. It's, my kids figured out that it took a lot of time. Our practices usually wasn't just a quick hour and a half. We usually practiced for about 3 hours.
Wow.
Just to get everything in and get everybody on the same, like Brody said, same page. That takes time, and it takes time, and that, to me, that's the biggest part. Is baseball is a sport that it takes time.
Seems like it's a very compact season for y'all.
It is, and that's what I kept telling my kids is, we got to put 6 months worth of work into 6 weeks, and that's quick.
Gentlemen, we appreciate your time. We thank you for coming in. Congratulations on your seasons that you've had, and hopefully we'll have 3 teams again next year.
All right. Well, we sure appreciate you having us.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. See you tomorrow.